automatic needle plate converter, a dual feed device, an automatic thread cutter, a worldwide auto voltage power system, and much more. The machine comes with useful accessories, including more than a dozen unique presser feet. For heavy sewers and quilters, an extra wide table is also available. We're sure you'll be glad you chose the Janome machine, and it will bring you much enjoyment in the fantastic world of sewing craft and quilting. Chapter 1. Preparation. Connecting the power supply. This machine is equipped with a two-way speed control for sewing. You can use either the foot control or the start-stop button to operate the machine. Before connecting the machine to the power supply, make sure to turn the power switch off. If you plan to use the foot control, insert the plug into the machine socket. Connect the power supply cord by inserting the plug into the machine and power outlet. Function buttons. The 5 function buttons are conveniently grouped together for easy access while sewing. Start-stop button. Press the Start-Stop button to start or to stop the machine. However, the Start-Stop button will not work when the foot control is connected. The machine will run slowly as long as this button is pressed and will start running at the speed set by the speed control slider when the button is released. Pressing this button again while the machine is running will slow down the machine and it will stop when the button is released. This function is extremely useful when precise control of stitching is necessary. Reverse button. The machine will sew in reverse as long as the reverse button is being pressed when straight stitches and zigzag stitches are being sewn. To secure the beginning of a seam, press and hold this button so that the machine will sew in reverse at the slowest speed. When other patterns are selected, pressing the reverse button causes the machine to lock the stitch in place and stop automatically. Auto lock button. The machine immediately locks the stitch and will stop automatically by pressing the auto lock button when straight stitches and zigzag stitches have been selected. When other patterns are selected, the machine will sew to the end of the pattern being sewn, then lock the stitch and stop automatically. Up-down needle position button. Press the up-down needle position button to bring the needle to the up or down position. The machine will stop with the needle up or down depending on the position this button is set to. Thread cutter button. Press this button to trim the threads after sewing. You can sew the next stitch without pulling the bobbin thread up. If you use thick threads, use the thread cutter on the faceplate. Speed control slider. The speed control slider sets the maximum sewing speed. To decrease the speed, shift it to the left. Shift the slider to the right to increase the speed. Winding the bobbin. Extra spool pin. Use the extra spool pin when you need to wind the bobbin without unthreading the machine while working on a sewing project. Open the top cover and insert the extra spool pin into the spool stand and then into the hole beside the horizontal spool pin. Place the felt and spool of thread on the spool pin. Winding the bobbin. Taking out the bobbin. Set the spool of thread on the spool pin like this and secure it with the spool holder. Pull the thread from the spool. Pass it into the guide slot and then draw the thread around and to the back of the thread guide. Pass the thread through the hole in the bobbin and put it on the bobbin winder spindle. Push the bobbin winder spindle to the right. Turn the power switch on and start the machine. Stop the machine when the bobbin has wound several layers and cut the thread close to the hole in the bobbin. Start the machine again. Stop the machine when the bobbin is fully wound and stops spinning. Return the bobbin winder spindle to its original position. Remove the bobbin and cut the thread with the thread cutter. Inserting the bobbin. Turn the power switch off. Slide the hook cover release button to the right and the hook cover will pop open. Place the bobbin in the bobbin holder with the thread running off counterclockwise. Guide the thread into the front notch on the bobbin holder. Draw the thread to the left, sliding it between the tension spring blades. Continue to draw the thread lightly until the thread slips into the slide notch. Pull out about 10 centimeters or 4 inches of thread to the back and attach the hook cover plate. Threading the machine. Turn the power switch on and raise the needle by pressing the up-down needle position button. Raise the presser foot. Turn the power switch off. Draw the thread from the spool. Pass the thread down into the guide slot. Draw the thread around the corner and toward you along the channel. Pull it down along the right channel. Pull the thread up around the guide plate and along the left channel. Slip the thread into the eye of the take-up lever and pull it down along the left channel. Pass the thread through the thread guides under the faceplate and needle clamp. Needle threader. Turn the power switch on and press the up-down needle position button twice to raise the needle. Turn the power switch off and lower the presser foot. Pull the threader down as far as it will go. The hook comes out through the needle eye and the threader is held in the down position. Draw the thread and pass it around the left guide. Draw the thread to the right and under the threader hook. Hang the thread on the right guide. Raise the threader slowly, drawing the thread loop through the needle eye. Draw the thread end out through the needle eye. Drawing up the bobbin thread. Turn the power switch on and raise the presser foot. While holding the needle thread with your finger, press the up-down needle position button twice. Pull the needle thread to lift the loop of the bobbin thread. Slide 10 centimeters or 4 inches of both threads to the back under the presser foot. Chapter 2. Setting up for sewing. Presser foot. Raising and lowering the presser foot. The presser foot lifter raises and lowers the presser foot. You can raise the presser foot higher than the normal up position. This allows for setting the dual feed device and helps you place thick fabrics under the foot. The knee lifter is useful when sewing patchwork, quilting, etc., since it allows you to handle the fabric while your knee controls the presser foot. Refer to the instruction manual for more information. Detaching and attaching the presser foot. Raise the needle to the highest position and turn the power switch off. Raise the presser foot by pushing up the presser foot lifter. Press the red button on the back of the foot holder. The presser foot will drop. Place the desired foot under the foot holder so the pin on the foot lies just under the groove on the foot holder. Lower the presser foot lifter to lock the foot in place. Adjusting the foot pressure. Depending on the sewing conditions, the foot pressure shall be adjusted. For general sewing, set the foot pressure dial at 7. Reduce the pressure for appliques and sewing fine fabrics. The dial has 7 setting positions between 1 and 7, so you can fine-tune the foot pressure according to various sewing conditions. This feature is extremely helpful when making patchwork quilts. Dropping the feed dog. The feed dog can be lowered with a drop feed lever located on the right side of the machine. When selecting a basting stitch, the LCD screen will advise you to drop the feed dog. Shift the lever toward you to drop the feed dog. Shift the lever away from you to raise the feed dog, and it will return to the up position when you start the machine. Thread tension. This machine features a semi-automatic tension control setting, which covers wide range of sewing conditions. The recommended tension setting for the selected pattern is shown on the LCD screen. Set the tension control dial at Auto for general sewing. However, you should adjust the tension manually if the LCD screen shows manual tension setting. Turn the dial to a higher number to increase the tension. To decrease the tension, turn it to a lower number. Selecting patterns. There is a wide selection of stitch patterns and monograms available. Open the flip-up reference chart to identify all the patterns at a glance. These patterns are classified into groups for easy reference. When turning the power switch on, the LCD screen will show the straight stitch D1 selected. Press the mode key and the group selection window will open. Turn the jog dial clockwise or counterclockwise to browse through the groups. Press the Confirm button in the center of the jog dial to select the desired group. Turn the jog dial clockwise or counterclockwise to browse the stitch patterns. Press the Confirm button to select the desired pattern. You can select the group or pattern also by pressing its icon on the LCD screen. The LCD screen will display the pattern number and stitch image, along with preset stitch width and length, recommended foot, foot pressure, and tension setting. Let's practice selecting a pattern you wish to sew. Look for the solid spade, for example, in the reference chart. It is